What's happening, YouTube? Forrest here, Sickly Man 09. Welcome to the fish room. Welcome to our video. Fast facts for you guys today. Gonna talk about cleaning sponge filters. Very important aspect of my hobby due to my air system. I have tanks that are exclusively run on sponges, so maintenance on them is very important, and we're gonna discuss all that stuff in a little bit. We're gonna discuss how we clean it, why we clean it, how often we clean it. We're gonna get to all that kind of stuff. Got some product placement over here if you didn't notice. And subliminal messaging, doing maintenance, time to clean our filters. Other than that, don't got anything else to say to you guys other than if you haven't subscribed already, please click that button, like the video, stay until the end, click that like button, and let's get to it. Right here is the wonderful world of sponge filtration. Very simple device, very easy. Air comes out here, water gets sucked in through there, basically makes yourself a filter using air. So there's a few components to this DIY sponge. The only one that we really care about is this guy right here, the sponge. The rest of the stuff you can take to the sink, rinse out, no problems. But this one right here we have to treat a little bit special, a little differently because of how this works. Now, when you're filtering your tanks through sponge filtration, what your sponge filter actually does is it works as two different filters. Your mechanical, which filters out your fine particulate, the debris, the detritus, all that stuff that's floating around in your water that doesn't necessarily have anything really to do with filtration other than clarity of water. And it also works as the all-important biological filtration, filtering out those nitrites and ammonia. And when we do water changes like we're doing over there, that's when you get rid of the nitrates. But that biological filtration is where the money's made. That's where all the action happens. That happens inside the filter. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking care of all this stuff that you see that builds up on the outside of the filter, that muck, that goop, the stuff that's unsightly, not necessary, and basically anytime your sponge moves, it makes a big cloud of dust and disgustingness. That's the stuff we don't need, that's the stuff we don't want, and that's why we're going to be performing maintenance on our sponge. So like I said, this is the only piece we need, and I'm going to show you exactly our first step after getting our sponge right. Alright, step number one for cleaning our sponges, and when you're changing your water, you've got your water draining out, take a bucket. If you're using buckets already, take a bucket, pull it aside, fill it with tank water. Tank water, tank water, tank water. You do not want to be using tap water. You don't want to take these sponges. You don't want to take this guy right here, take it over to your sink and try and rinse it under that water. Now, we'll discuss a little bit as to why in just a second. Now, why I say tank water is because that water that comes out of your tap is chlorinated. It's got stuff in it to make it safe to drink. Now what that stuff added to it does, it can actually, one, harm your fish, but more importantly in this application is it can actually kill off biological media. So if you took this right here, took it over to your sink and rinsed it out, there's a likelihood that you're more than likely going to keep a pretty good amount of biological, but there's a higher likelihood that you're going to kill some, if not the majority of all your biological filtration capacity within this filter because of those chemicals being run over it. Those can actually kill off your biological. So first step, like I said, grab yourself a bucket, fill it with water, and then... Alright, you see right there, we've taken our sponge off of there. Like I said, these pieces right here you can take to the sink, rinse them out, but this is the piece that's important. So we got our sponge here in our bucket of tank water again, and all you've got to do with this is take it down there and give it a few squeezes. Just like that. Very simple process. You can see the water's getting a little mucky. But what we're doing right here is we're just rinsing out that muck without killing off our biological filtration gunk that's built up within that sponge. So that's basically all you have to do right there. It gets all the stuff that's on the sides, the mechanical filtration crap that's not necessary in your filter, and gets all that stuff out of there. You can see our water right here. Pretty freaking disgusting. But that's just gunk that's built up. So cleaning a sponge, super easy. All you got to do is to get it down in there, squeeze it out, just like you were doing dishes. That's how you clean your sponges when you're doing dishes and whatnot. Squeeze it out, let it drain. Alright, now that our sponge is cleaned out, we've rinsed it out, given a thorough rinsing, just kind of drain it like so, and you're done. All you got to do is take that, stick that back in the aquarium like so, top back on there like that, and you're done. Alright, this is our water post one rinsing, one sponge. absolutely brown, disgusting water, but that's exactly what you want it to look like because you're getting out that muck. Alright? Alright, now that was a super simple process, very easy. You take the sponge down there, you wring it out a few times, you put it back in the tank, you're good to go. You got the gunk off of there that was mechanically filtered through the sponge that wasn't doing anything. You preserved the biological filtration in terms of not killing off the bio inside the sponge. Now, the next question is, how often are you going to do this? For me, it's probably once every few months, depending on how you're filtering it. If you're pairing it with some sort of a mechanical filtration device, my tanks that are filtered with sponges as well as my sump, the sponges stay much cleaner because they're not doing both jobs, mechanical and biological. So in terms of cleaning them, it's much less frequent because the biological within them is a lot better preserved. It's not going to clog up. But for tanks like this one right here that is solely and exclusively filtered via sponge filters, they do build up with muck. Probably once every month to 2 months I do the cleaning. It's all going to depend on how much you feed, what's your bio load, how large the tank is, how many sponges you have. There's a ton of variables that go into that. Basically for me, it's a vision thing. When you see the sponge filter starting to build up with muck, pull it out, rinse it out, clean it, you're good to go. Because it's very obvious when it does start building up. It's very obvious. You can see it on the outside of the sponge because that's where the stuff's getting caught up, on the outside. That's what can clog up the sponge. So like I said, basically make it a visual thing. If you're filtering your tank exclusively with sponges, stay on top of it. When you see it starting to, you see some stuff starting to build up on the outside, take it out, give it a couple rinses. You're preserving the bio, you're just getting rid of the muck, and your sponge filter basically back in the tank, ready to go, running with biological intact. That's the important thing, is we're keeping our biological filtration media, that biological mass within the sponge, intact, doing its job, filtering out those nitrates and that nasty ammonia, and that's basically what it's there for. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope this helped you guys out. If you're looking into setting up an air system in your fish room, maybe you're nervous. One thing that I can say is I run big fish and my air system runs fantastic. Cleaning the sponges is an absolute easiest task I've ever had in terms of filter maintenance. Very easy. Take it out, rinse it out, you're good to go. You guys already saw that. But other than that, there's not really a whole lot to say other than have fun, keep those sponges clean from muck and gunk and garbage to keep them filtering at their utmost capacity, doing their job the best they possibly can. And us as hobbyists need to allow our filters to do the best job they can by properly maintaining them and having them, running at full capacity. So thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed already, there's a button down there. Click it. You can subscribe to my channel. I post weekly videos. Once a week I do a video like this one where it's somewhat informative. Like I said, if you're not subscribed already, please do so. Like that button if you like the video. If this is something that helps you out, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you were uncertain on how to clean sponges and maybe you were doing it in a different way, and whatever works for you, put it down in the comments below. This is how I like to do it. This is how I was taught to do it. But more importantly, I really appreciate everybody who watched, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Figured we'd give you guys a little bit of behind the scenes. If you're still watching this, you guys are my true fans, you guys are my true followers. Thanks for watching. But check out our studio right here. We got our light all set up and bright. Check how bright this thing is. Boom. But that's what we're dealing with today. Got our studio all set up. This is my DIY tripod, by the way. Until I actually go out and buy myself a tripod, which I could easily go do right now. I just haven't done it because I'm lazy. This is my DIY tripod. Check it out. And if this looks familiar to you, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for staying till the end. Peace. Let's get Hulk. Where's Hulk? There he is. Check this out. He's got his own little studio set up. Whoa. Whoa.